Hello everyone, it's me, Orpheon, your infinite dragon sorcerer here, and this is gonna be part 3 of what if Deku was a White Lantern. And also, real quick, I wanna make some corrections in the previous part of this what if. Yeah, I later on found out that the White Lantern ring doesn't have a battery because it's powered by Deku's life. As long as he's alive, he still can use the White Lantern ring so it doesn't run out of power. And yeah, so one of you down in the comments pointed this out, and thank you for letting me know. And I'm also making it clear that actually Uraraka became second, Todoroki became third, and Deku became first, Uraraka became second, and Todoroki became third. And yeah, I'm just pointing this out. This is official in this what if. Deku doesn't run out of power, his ring doesn't run out of power, and Uraraka is second place, and Todoroki's third place, and Deku is first place. And now, let's get to the what if. Where we last left off, Deku won the UA Sports Festival, and he became number 1. And Bakugo, he's just straight up pissed. He's furious. He's angry at Deku and Uraraka beating him, and he didn't even win at all. And yeah, this will play a key part in this what if. So, just letting you all know. Around the next couple of days, everyone is heading to class 1A and UA, and Deku is flying into UA along with Uraraka, and Uraraka's saying, "Oh, hi Deku. Good morning. Nice weather we're having, I guess." And Deku says, "Yeah, I'm actually glad I get to fly with you." And Uraraka is in her Pink Lantern Corps costume, and she's flying right next to Deku, and she's getting sort of frustrated, and she's nervous and sort of trying to hide her feelings for Deku, but I think later on in the next season of My Hero, she's going to confess her feelings to Deku. I don't know if it's going to happen, but if it does, thank you, God. Thank you, the Omniversal Gods. If she confesses her feelings for Deku in the next season coming up for My Hero Academia, then oh boy, you guys are going to love it. I haven't seen it yet, but as soon as it comes out around the world, I'm going to watch it and just be like, thank you, my life is complete. Alright, now, while Deku and Uraraka are flying to UA, they land in front of UA, and they notice that there's a whole bunch of media and reporters, and the press is out there looking at Uraraka and Deku in their White Lantern Corps costumes. They're asking questions like, "Are you two new heroes? What are your quirks?" And Deku and Uraraka are nervous, and then they just fly to the other side of the gate into UA to avoid the media because they are too nervous and they're embarrassed to be on camera. And yeah, and soon after this, Aizawa enters the classroom, and Aizawa is fully healed. He's entering class 1A, and he says that everyone in class 1A is taking a final exam. So that way, if they pass, they'll go to the training camp. But if they don't pass, they won't be going to the training camp. But he tells them about the final exam, but he does also tell them that today we're also going to be going through your hero names. You're going to pick your hero names, and you better be careful because the hero names might eventually stick. So be careful. And Midnight is going to help you decide your hero names while I'm taking a nap, trying to recover from the recovery girl while using her cork because I'm exhausted. And as all goes in his sleeping bag, and Midnight enters the classroom, everyone picks their hero names, and then Uraraka and Deku. They say their hero names. Instead of Uraraka going with Uravity, she is now called Star Sapphire, the love hero. The love hero, Star Sapphire. And then, as Deku's turn, then Deku says in front of the classroom that his hero name will be the White Lantern, Deku. And everyone's like, really? That's a perfect name, but doesn't Deku mean useless or worthless? But it also means you can do it. And Midnight agrees, and then it's almost time for everyone to go to the train station to go to their internships. But Deku then feels a little bit of anger in the air, and it's coming from Ida. And Deku remembers that he overheard the conversation with Ida, with his family, about his brother being injured by the hero killer Stain. And also, Deku flies over to Ida and he says, "Hey, Ida, I'm sorry about your brother, but if you need to talk to me, I'm always here. And also, don't do anything reckless." And Ida says, "It's fine. Don't worry. I'm okay. It's none of your concern," is Midoriya. And then Ida and everyone goes on their trains to their internship. Bakugo is still sent to Best Jeanist, and he's pissed off beyond belief. He's just saying, "Oh, damn it! Why the hell do I have to be working with the number 3rd hero?" And Best Genius is just trying to change his personality, his appearance, and instill his beliefs onto Bakugo at his agency. And everyone's still at their internships. Froppy has her little side episode, her little first mission as a new recruit for, I think his name was, no, I don't know what his name is, but he's that seal guy with the mutation quirk. And, she has her own adventure there. Uraraka is still training close combat without using her Star Sapphire ring with Gunhead at his agency. And while this is happening, Deku is he's actually going to still be trained by Gran Torino. He doesn't have one for all, but All Might gave him the recommendation, and Gran Torino is actually happy to see Deku. And he asks questions about his quirk, and Deku just says, "It's called White Lantern. That's my quirk." And he explains to Gran Torino what it can do, and also, meanwhile, while everyone is in their internships, and also Todoroki, he's with his father, Endeavor, at his hero agency. While this is all happening, the League of Villains, mainly Konagiri and Tomar Shigaraki, are trying to recruit Stain, the hero killer, but he almost kills them using his quirk. Or mainly he looks like he's about to kill Tomar Shigaraki, but he was actually testing them to see if they had any ideals or convictions. But Deku, he's basically just, doing his own thing, training with Gran Torino. Oh, and Stain is still warped back to Hosu, targeting false heroes because the superhuman society has created nothing more than false heroes, and people only care for money and glory instead of doing the right thing. Then Tomoshigaraki tries to tells Konagiri to try to ask Father to make a whole bunch of Hinomus to attack the city and Hosu, and to probably kill the hero killer Stain. And then next couple of days pass, and then while Deku and Gran Torino are on the train doing some hero work, then another hero gets thrown straight through the train in where they're close to where Deku and Gran Torino are sitting. And he's basically unconscious, and then Deku's like asking, "Whoa, this hero, are you okay?" And he was hurt pretty bad. He's not dead or anything, but Deku notices there was a Nomu. And Deku, he gets angry. And then he pretty much activates the Red Lantern Core of Rage. He flies and fires a red napalm blast out of his mouth against the Nomu, and he's just flying away, trying to kill as many Nomus as possible because he's angry and he can't stand that more of the Nomu are hurting and destroying the city, endangering civilians' lives and hurting heroes or attacking people. And Gran Torino's trying to follow him, but he then has to fight another Nomu, and Deku's destroying multiple Nomus all over the Hosu city, left and right, using his red napalm blast from his mouth. And then, as soon as he killed 10 or 20 Nomus that were flying and destroying the city, or other Nomus, he killed about 25. And then he activates the Orange Lantern Core of Avarice, and he makes orange-like constructs of the Nomus he's killed, and he makes them attack the other Nomu. And he's basically just angry and using the Orange Lantern Core of Avarice to kill Nomus, and the more Nomus that the orange-like constructs kill the Nomus, the more Nomus he's able to use as his own army. But then he snaps out of it, and the orange-like constructs of the Nomus that Deku's killed to begin to vanish, and then he tries to fly up and find Ida about to be stabbed by the hero killer. And Deku, he flies towards the hero killer Stain, and then he fires a White Lantern construct of a fist towards the hero killer Stain. And then he puts an energy barrier around Ida and Native. And Deku's saying, "Who are you? And why are you attacking my friends? And what did you do to that pro over there?" And Stain sees this, and he's trying to get up. He sees Deku and says he actually put up a barrier around that pro and his friend. He has a lot of potential to become a great hero, but if he gets in my way, I'll have to kill him too. And Ida is still talking to Deku, and he's saying, "This is none of your business. Stay out of my way. I'm supposed to be the one to beat him. The hero killer is mine. It's my... my choice to defeat him. I won't let you take that away from me. And Deku's saying, Ida, you idiot! You're not supposed to try to kill someone with your quirk. And why aren't you moving? And why is that pro over there hurt? And Ida is just furious and he's not moving. And sorry. While Ida is talking to Deku, the Hero Killer Stain actually pretty much cuts Deku on his arm. But Deku actually is able to use the Indigo Light of Compassion and teleports behind him, and he avoids the attack. So he's able to avoid getting hit by any of the blades, and he makes energy barriers around him to make sure that none of the blades can cut him. And even if he gets cut by the Hero Killer Stain's blades and weapons, he starts to feel like he's healing. And he then starts thinking to himself, wait, I'm healing? This must be another ability of the ring. It might be able to heal me. Maybe I should use this ability on All Might as soon as next time I see him. And Deku is basically keeping up the barrier around Native and Ida is beginning to move his body because his body is no longer being affected by Stain's quirk, Blood Curdle, and he can move his body. He then bangs on the barrier, yelling and shouting to Deku to please let him out. I don't need you getting in my way. The Hero Killer is mine to defeat. And Deku is just ignoring him and saying, Ida, you're not thinking rationally. What would your brother think? And your older brother wouldn't want you to just want revenge. He wants you to become a hero. And heroes don't go for revenge. They don't hurt people. You're acting like a villain. You shouldn't behave such a way. Think rationally. Think of how your brother would feel if he saw you how you're acting. And Ida snaps out of it. And Deku's still teleporting and blasting the Hero Killer Stain. And he actually then uses his ring to make a light chains that surround the Hero Killer, and the Hero Killer tries to cut the chains, but his sword breaks because his swords and weapons aren't able to cut through Deku's lantern constructs. And then he tries to go into his murderous rampage with his aura, and Deku's not even intimidated. He basically just not only keeps the barrier up, but he forms a barrier along with chains trapping the Hero Killer Stain. And then Endeavor sees, along with Todoroki, that some of the Nomu and some of the civilians are okay. And then they are able to later on put out the fires. And in this part of this what if, Deku is not going to be picked up by the Nomu like he did in canon because he can fly and he's really strong in this what if. So I'm just letting you all know. And then later on at the hospital where the Native and Ida are being treated, Deku visits them and he's right next to Ida, telling him, listen, Ida, you shouldn't be behaving in such a way like that. And this is when Ida says, you're right. I shouldn't have acted so irrationally. All I thought about was getting revenge on the Hero Killer Stain for hurting my brother and making him never be able to become a hero again. Man, how I've fallen and so far. I should be upset with how I've been behaving, but I let my anger cloud my judgment. And Deku says, "It's alright, Ida, as long as you learn from your mistakes and don't do something that crazy again." And then the police officer then walks into the room and tells that Deku and Ida that they shouldn't have used their quirks that way, and Endeavor is going to still get the credit for capturing the hero killer Stain, because he and some of the, we don't know the other names of the other heroes that were fighting against the Nomu and saving civilians, so I'm just gonna keep letting Endeavor get the credit in some what ifs, so I'm just letting you all know. And he then tells them that you may be from UA, but even you still need to follow the law and follow the rules. So we're gonna not, you aren't allowed to tell anyone about what happened against the hero killer Stain. And then they agree, and then a couple of days pass, and Deku's doing hero work with Gran Torino, still visiting Ida, checking on him at the hospital, and Manuel still hits him on Ida on his head, saying he shouldn't have done something like that. Otherwise, you could have gotten in serious trouble or seriously hurt. And then Ida says he's sorry for troubling Manuel, and he says, "Alright, fine, but don't ever do something like that again." And then, after the internships, everyone gets back, and they're all somewhat stronger, and Uraka comes to see Deku, and she gives him a hug, and Deku's nervous, and then Uraka gets nervous, and everyone in Class 1A is looking at them, especially Denki. He's jealous. And then Aizawa walks into the classroom and tells them it's almost time for your finals, so you better study. And remember what I said before your internships? The finals are just coming around the corner, so you all need to study and be more vigilant with your training, improving your quirks. Then everyone heads to lunch, and Monama's still acting like a jerk, and he yells at Class 1A for not only the attack being noticed more at the UA Sports Festival, that tells them not to get a big head or get too cocky, because Class 1B will become the new rising stars, and no one will care about you Class 1A wannabes. And he's still knocked out by the girl. I don't know her name, so if I keep calling her just the girl, but she has a quirk that makes her hands bigger. And she's from Class 1B. She's the one who knocks out Monoma every time he acts crazy and disrespectful. So then everyone tries to figure out what's wrong with that guy. And then she tells them about the final exam, and some of it is based off not only written tests but fighting robots. And Denki and Mina, they're very excited because their quirks are way more suited to fight against robots. And Deku and everyone is surprised. But Bakugo, he's just flat out avoiding Deku and Uraraka. He's just angry, and his anger is welling up even more and more. And that's going to play a key part, a very, very big key part in this what if. Then the students suit up, and it's time for the final exams. They go through the written test, and they all do the same as they did in canon. And then, and as soon as they get to a certain building, everyone meets up with all the teachers of UA and the pros, like All Might, 13, Aizawa, Principal Nezu, and President Mike, and basically a lot of pro heroes, and Nezu says that today for the final exam, you're all going to be fighting against us, the teachers. And if you're wondering how everyone is going to react to this, Mina and Denki are straight up furious, and Denki's like, "Oh man, we're fighting against the teachers," and Mina's like, "Oh, what? Seriously? You guys changed it up and changed it?" And then it's time for everyone to fight against the teachers, and teachers explain the rules of this exam is that they either fight against the villain and defeat him, or capture him, or escape to find a better hero that's more equipped to fight against the villain than the teachers. And guys, that's where I'm going to leave it off this time. As always, leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Also, real quick, my channel has reached 494 subscribers, and Comic Sans really has been supporting my channel, and he's part of the Sins as well as me. And if you guys like my what ifs, please share the video, comment on the video. Also, try to share it with your friends, family, anyone who has a phone and likes what if videos. Share it on social media and all that. Well, better get started on my next video. See you all next time. Infinity Overdrive! Infinite realities, infinite possibilities. See you all in my next video.